options. Will you sell? Fire up your platform, get ready to enter. But first, let's get the mindset centered. Hey, let's go. We're not here to gamble, we're here to trade. We follow the plan, that's how we get paid. Testing, trading, have success. Find what works for you and forget the rest. Stats and probabilities is what we're about. Time to dismiss greed and doubt. Focus on the process, not the money. And the profits will flow like honey. Power Hour Live, let's start the show. Come on, trade hackers, get ready to go. 0-day options, time to make bank. Get locked and loaded, then be ready to blank. Hey!
Hey everyone, welcome to Power Hour Live. Today is Friday, January 9th. Not Opinion Day, as we might have thought it was. Next week is Opinion Day. S&P is up 52 points. NASDAQ is up 284. Russell's up 17. Dow is up 231. NASDAQ by far the strongest, up over a full percent. The Dow is the least strong, up about a 0.5%. Gold's up over 1%. Silver is back above $80, up 6.5% today. Notes and bonds. Bonds are up about 1/3%. 10-year notes are pretty flat. 10-year yield is down 0.25%. Oil's up 2%. Natural gas is down 7%. Soybeans and wheat finished a little bit green. Corn a little bit red. Euro and the pound are both barely red. Bitcoin down about 0.5%. And the VIX is down 5.7%. Currently at 14.57. Trades today. I fired my BICs late just to avoid. We had a couple things. We had NFP pre-market, then we had a couple red folder events like consumer sentiment and inflation expectations 30 minutes after the market opened. So, and then we didn't know what was going on with the tariff deal yet, so I didn't do any morning tranches. I fired my first one at 11:47 a.m. Central. Did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tranches. All have been one side stopped, down about 700, but could end up kind of scratch or break even. Or I guess that's kind of the same thing. Scratch or small red, small green. Good day of day trading. I did if you're on the live stream this morning, you know I made two pretty decent mistakes. One ended up being positive and one ended up being negative. And honestly is almost an exact scratch between the two. I lost 25.12 on Meta because I accidentally sized too big, and that was just me kind of doing too many things at the same time and did some quick math in my head and just had too big of a position and let it go a little bit too far. So that was minus 25.12. Tesla, I hit the send button and didn't think it went, so I hit it again and didn't realize I got filled twice. So I got filled on twice the number of contracts, so I had twice the size on that I meant to. That one ended up being a winner, but it was 2,519. So between the two, I made $6. However, I did make a little over 1,100 on Amazon, and I'm up about 1,700 on my SPX vertical. I still have one contract left. It's pretty close to max profit, so I will be taking that one off. Probably won't let it go to expire because the strike's at the 70, so that's only 5 points away. So I've just got a few 60, 70, $80 left here, so I'll probably just take that off here shortly. I've also got a Wooga, which is 5 wide on the 70 and 75s. That is up $230, which is about 26%. I just did a 2-lotter. One lot will come off at 50%, and then I'll consider holding the other one until expiration. Did not do any Elmos today. I started to consider it right here when we started to consolidate, but I don't remember. They were obviously pretty low premium at that point, so I just decided to forego any Elmos today. Probably would have done fine. Looks like it probably would have hit profit target. I did not do a 1 DTE / 3 DTE because we had a VIX contraction after the NFP report, and I didn't want to mess with it with the looming tariff info, so I just didn't do one. Didn't qualify anyway, but I like to do them on Friday because of the nice Monday decay, but did not do one then. Did not do one today. And then lastly, I've got a 6/7 put calendar on. I took half of it off around noon. I was just afraid we'd keep pushing and my profit would get less. We have kept pushing, but the profit has not gone down. So I'm actually up a little bit more. Those remaining lots are up about 23% on that 6/7. So I will take that off by end of day. Because it's well off center here. I'm not really wanting to hold for a pullback over the weekend. You can see it's almost to the upper break-even area, but got a nice, really nice vol contraction, and the 6 days contracted more than the 7, so got a nice little pop there, just like most things that needed a little premium decay. As soon as the news came out that there was going to be no tariff announcement, premium just got crushed. I didn't have anything else on. I know some of you had some BICs on and some other short premium iron condors that did really nice, so I didn't really have anything on. S&P is currently hitting all-time highs as we speak. 69.78. The market likes no decision today, I guess. So that is now scheduled for, I think it's Wednesday next week? Yeah, Wednesday the 14th is now the scheduled opinion day. Yeah, just a really bullish day all around. So I'm going to go ahead and just cut out of my last vertical spread here. There's only a few shekels left to gain. Trying to get out of my last vertical at 1450. Yeah, I'll just leave that order. Just a few little shekels, Moel. How'd you do today, Moel? Did you capture any Elmos, Elliot? Any Elmos today? There we go. Filled at 1450 on that vertical, so I'm out of SPX. Get that posted in the trade channel. One Elmo out at 3%. What a day. Big day, huh? What about anything else? Any directionals? Do you do any directional stuff, Moel? Or do you just come to the live streams for the fun? Just for the community? No directionals for you, huh? You're all delta neutral. Oh, you took the one loser. Ooh, atta baby Joey. Little Rick and Orb. Very nice. Yeah, banks aren't doing anything either. I mean, they've just been kind of choppy all day. Bank of America's red. JP Morgan's a little bit red. Goldman's barely green. Cryptos are pretty weak. But and even some of the chips, like AMD is unchanged. PLTR is barely green. Biggest movers on my board are Intel, or no, Open Door. Open Door is at 14% today. It's only a $7 stock. Was up a lot more. Intel is up 11%. Intel kind of breaking out of its range here. All-time highs is $51.28, it looks like. I don't know if that's all-time highs, but definitely 52-week highs. It's currently at 45. ASML's up 6, 7. OKLO's up 7. MU's up 5. AVGO up 4. Tesla's up 2. Google's up 1. MSTR leading the red. Watson loves to see that. MSTR's down 5%. HIM's down 5. Lulu down 4.5. Netflix down 2. Amazon is got out of Amazon, but it's just ticked a new high. It's only up about 1/3%, but it's been pretty bullish from the after its first initial drop, and it's been really bullish the last week. Yeah, UNG's getting hurt today. I think everything else is doing pretty good on my wheel. Let's see. I guess Bitcoin and Rivian are down a little bit. Overall, yeah, so my Bitcoin position's up 437. NBIS is pretty much a scratch, down $20. Hood is a little bit green. Rivian's a little bit green. Silver's a little bit green. And UNG's that's the one down the most. Yeah, we still got lots of time here. 42 days. But yeah, prices at the I see what you're saying. It's at the downside break even. Elliot, how's the BIX today? You said your morning ones did okay, even with the decent sized price moves. So small green. S&P just trucking up towards highs. Russell kind of sold off. It was the strongest all day until about a little bit before noon. As far as news next week, well, Forex Factory is cycling. There we go. Monday, nothing. Tuesday is CPI. Tuesday CPI. Wednesday is PPI and retail sales and opinion day. I wonder why they don't put that on here. Seems like something important enough to put on the Forex Factory calendar, but it's not on the calendar. Thursday, unemployment claims. Friday, nothing. Yeah, natural gas has been getting slaughtered. It was on that huge run from like October through December, and then December 5th it peaked, and now it's getting annihilated. The good thing about doing the wheel on like commodities is they not typically, but a lot of times they're just kind of moving in a range. I mean, obviously, it's a pretty big range here. I mean, natural gas over the last year has been $1.50 and $5.50, but obviously the wheel's a little bit longer term. And then I think, let's see, some of the bank stocks start next week, I believe. Citigroup is the 14th. Yeah. Citi, JP Morgan, Goldman, Bank of America, earnings start next week. So my 6.7's up about 24%. Dark Avenger, how'd you do on your 6.7? You got in earlier, so I think you were doing better. You up over 25%? Elliot, did you take a calendar by chance? Did you sneak one in? My Wooga's up 33%. Did you really? You can't stay away. Can't stay away. You went with the double. Wait, it's up 2%? You got in at 10:45 a.m. So like an hour and 15 minutes after the market opens, and you're only up 2%. I mean, that's better than losing. Let's see, we got about 22 minutes to go. SPX is right at 75. I bet these butterflies are going to be pretty cheap, or pretty juiced already. Yeah, buck 80, buck 90 or so already. The 6-7 put calendar jumped up about 20%. I mean, I could have booked it all and made more than I'm at right now, but it was like it was good here. It was like it started bleeding profit when price was kind of at its highs around noon or 11 Central. And then even though price pushed up, it actually started gaining more profit. Yeah, they were a little quirky today. Nvidia's dipping. AMD's dipping, almost down to lows of day. SMCI is falling. Here's my Wooga. Getting close to 50% where the bot will close one of two. There it is, filled. Let me get that posted. Well, now my OO is not coming up. There we go. Next week, I will be trading the OPEX calendar. Enter that Thursday during power hour. I have a workaround for Schwab, which I'll post a video about next week. But basically, I'm just going to buy a cheap, far out of the money put, so that'll offset the. I'm going to buy a short out of the money put, so that's going to offset the, or create a spread for the short AM expiration put. So they shouldn't have any issue with that. I'll try to do that in Schwab with one, and then I'll do another one in IBKR where I know there's not going to be an issue. But I'll kind of walk through that in a video. Is anybody in here? Has anybody tried to trade that strategy yet? All right, I'm going to close my 6-7 put calendar. Filled at 410 and 415. So I did that 6-7 half size today, booked 828, about 17% total. Bitcoin's coming down. S&P and NASDAQ, just a little dip. Moel, you already got filled? $2 or $3? All right, so I'm going to wait a little bit longer. Let me see what strikes I have available. I'm going to have to go to a different account. Nice TS trades. Yeah, I mean, it's, one lot in SPX, if you get filled at $2, your absolute max risk is $300. And that's if it pins exactly on that's if it expires on your short strike, on your long strike. So you can easily practice with pretty minimal risk. Got about 4 minutes till MOC. I'm going to try to get filled at 220 on the 75s. Need a little bounce. Need a 2-point bounce and I should get filled. I've got 3.5 minutes. I'll definitely get filled before MOC. Just in case there's a little shake and bake, I'm going to scalp half of these and then try to hold the other half. Looks like Trump is still talking with his oil CEOs. And then have you already watched the course TS Trades? If you've noticed, if you've been on the streams watching us very much, I've kind of I haven't been using the vertical spread to transform it. I've just been holding the butterfly to expiration or closing some of it early. So if you hear me say, I'm just scalping some, that just means I'm trying to close it for, benefit, book like 50, 60 cents or so, and then hold the rest of the bell. So that's how I've been trading it lately. It's been working pretty well. So it's a lot more, if you go back and watch the course, it's a lot more simple than using the vertical spread to remove the risk and all that. I talk about the simplified version in the course as well. So just understand I'm doing more of the simplified version these days. All right, a little over a minute. Didn't get a bounce enough to fill at 220. So I may need to adjust my order here before MOC comes out. It's trading right around 220, 215. I'll try 215.
1 minute to go now to give you the market and close imbalance data.
No fill at 215. Filled at 215.
Seeing ConocoPhillips shares down 1%, falling to session low during Trump meeting.
So I did a 10 lot, so I'm going to try to scalp 5 of those. So I got filled at 215. I'm going to try to get out at $1.50 out of half of them. So I like to do that before MOC.
Market and close imbalance. S&P 500 sell side 1 billion. Nasdaq 100 sell side 565 million. Dow 30 sell side 329 million. Mag 7 sell side 239 million.
Sell side 1 billion. It's not a lot, but it's not nothing. What was yesterday? Like 20 million? If we can make a quick dip below 70, it would probably hit my scalp order. My Wooga's up 71%. I'm on the 70-75 in Wooga, so this is needs to hold around here. Down below 71. Yeah, it's Brandon. It's part of the transformer classes.
Trump says we don't want Russia or China going to Greenland.
Need a little more dip to hit my scalp. My order's at $1.50. Looks like it's trading at about $1.80. Need just a quick little push down. $1.70. Yeah, the Mahomes came out before the transformer stuff, but it is a form of a transformer, so we moved it over there. Just can't quite dip enough. A nice little push down to the expected move line would be beautiful. Getting close to 70. Getting close to my $1.50. There it is. Filled at $1.50. So in at 215, added $1.50, so that's $65 per contract on half of it, and then I'll take the other half to the bell. If we expire below 70, it would be max profit. My Wooga would like it close between 70 and 75. So a 70 pin on the dot would be ideal. Looks like my BIC's all one-sided stops, but which usually would be small green, but looks like I'm going to be looks like it's going to be a small scratch red day. Like $100 red. All right, SPX at 69. Still got 5 minutes to go. A lot can happen in 5 minutes. Nice articulate. Moel, you just get in and ride or die. No scalping for you. Below 69. Yeah, there are, Django. I don't use them. But if you go to the setup, are you looking at my screen? If you go to setup, application settings, hotkeys, top tab, hotkey. There's all your hotkeys. I've never been a hotkey kind of guy. I like to do things the hard way. Makes me feel like a real man. All right, SPX 68, right at the expected move line. Yeah, I was actually just looking. I just knew where that was because I was actually just looking at it a couple days ago, trying to decide if I could use that to be a little quicker, especially like for day trades and stuff. But I just, I just know myself these days. I just know that I'm not a hotkey kind of guy. I started trying to do it, and I was like, this isn't going to work. Yeah, I think if I got used to it, it probably would be much more efficient. But sometimes it's hard to teach an old dog new tricks, you know, Django? All right, SPX still just under 70. We've got 2 minutes. It's trying to bounce here. Don't need a bounce here. A 70 pin would be beautiful. I'll give it 5 cents on either side. I don't care which. Either it's going to take 5 cents away from my Wooga or 5 cents away from my Mahomes. Actually, I got more contracts on my Mahomes, so I'll take just under if I had to choose. I've not watched Industry. No, is that a good one? Okay. I think I still have HBO. I've got a bunch of those that I'm still paying for and never watch. I think that's one of them. All right, SPX down to 68. Okay. Had not heard of that one. 20 seconds. $66, $67. 5 seconds. Give a little bounce for Wooga. Nope.
Order cancelled.
There's the bell. 69, 66.27. So scalp on Mahomes winner. Mahomes to the bell, hit max profit. Wooga took half off at 50%. The other half will be at that little dip. Kind of worked against it. So a small profit on the remaining lot. Really nice day trading. Scratch day on BIX. No 1 DTEs. Winner on the 6-7 put calendar. So pretty much winners all around today. I love a good winning Friday to send me into the weekend a little bit richer. All right, all. That's a wrap for the week. Everybody have a good weekend. Talk to you soon.